Grant, when did you get the sense that you were going to have to make a change?
I think the decision was made yesterday, and in conjunction with the Los Angeles Clippers, and it's tough. I mean, it's tough. I think we all, we all understood. We all were in alignment going in, and there's always, a possibility of anyone getting hurt. I think historically, USA basketball.
That's not on either.
1, 2. I'll speak up.
Speak up, yeah.
Yeah. So I think historically with USA basketball, we've had incidents where we've had to pivot, and in some cases we've had to pivot even later in the journey. And so, this is a sprint. It's not a ramp up. It's not a.
There it is.
Oh, okay. All right.
We'll keep going.
Yeah, this microphone stuff is making me nervous.
I'm sorry, Grant. There we go. Thank you.
Did you know a microphone change was going to be?
Hello? Okay.
There you go.
So, we just, we know moving forward, as we leave Las Vegas and we get to Abu Dhabi, we hit the ground and it's a sprint to the finish line. And our decision was made, and I think we were open and honest and understanding through it all. And like I said, your heart goes out, but we have to do what's best for the team and protect the team, and give ourselves the best opportunity for success.
Grant, he had trouble with inflammation in his knee. Did it pop back up? Was it something like a setback type of thing, or did you just see he wasn't moving the way y'all wanted him to?
Well, I'm more of a foot and ankle guy, so I don't understand the knees. But no, we just felt that we had to pivot, and not to get into the particulars, in terms of what went into the decision, but we just felt it was in our best interest, but also in the Clippers and in Kawhi's best interest to move into a different direction. And we tried. I think we all tried, and we gave it a valiant effort. And unfortunately, we have to move forward.
Grant, the way that you are framing this, it makes it sound like you guys sent him home.
No, I mean we did. I mean, ultimately, we sent home, but we were in conversation with the Clippers on that. And
not the Clippers. What's his take on this? Did he want to stay?
I mean, look, I think he wanted to be here, like all these guys want to be here, and we don't take that lightly at all. It speaks to the program and the opportunity, and so personally speaking, I know what it's like to want to do something, and your body's just not right, and I've lived that personally, and so I applaud him for coming here and willing to sacrifice, give up his summer, and represent our country and play for our program. And it just ultimately it didn't work out. So
Grant, I'm sorry. I apologize. Sorry, you were done.
I thought that was Tim.
You made a joke. You made a joke before a little bit about your injury history. You just sort of referenced it again, obviously there. So you have a neat perspective on what a guy like Kawhi is going through in this kind of moment. Does that, obviously you're going to be sympathetic in any situation like this, but does that sort of rub through your mind as you're going through this kind of decision, knowing what a guy who's obviously dealt with a bunch of injuries the last few years gets a chance to be part of this group is sort of going through as he's trying to get himself ready to play?
I think because just on a personal level, to your point, what I've gone through, I think anyone who has gone through any injuries and had to struggle to get back, and your heart goes out to them, and certainly there's a great deal of empathy to anyone who goes through that. So as a fan, I started as a fan, and I'm still a fan of the NBA. I'm excited to see him healthy and playing at a high level this upcoming season. But my heart goes out to anybody who has those struggles in any sport, for that matter.
Was there any doubt or wait-and-see approach at the time of roster selection when Kawhi was included that this might come up at some point, or at that time was it considered he was 100% a go and there were no issues or concerns?
it's so unique. I mean, I think just overall, you go through the process, you assemble your roster, you put a lot of thought into the pieces and, what you need and complementing each other and roles and trying to envision what you'll see, different sort of styles of play that are on display in FIBA basketball. And then you sit back and watch the playoffs and hope that everyone's healthy, and then you take inventory as we get close to camp, and then you hope everyone shows up in shape, and so there's constant worry and concern, and you also have to sort of think worst case scenario, which is not an easy thing to do. Try to be pretty positive all the time, but you have to cover your bases here, and so we had contingency plans, and we had we went through with a number of guys and what happens if this happens and who might we call and things of those natures. But a lot of those are hypothetical, and a lot of those you don't really it doesn't get real until it's real, and so once the decision was made, then we have an idea and a vision for what this team is. It looks a certain way on paper. Now that we've had the players for 4 days, we've had a chance to see them up close in person, we've had a chance to put ourselves, as we're working to get better, but we've had a chance to put ourselves in some 5-on-5 against competition. How do we feel about our team? What are our needs? What are some of the gaps? And so collectively, we had a discussion about that, and we are, it's a bittersweet, obviously, but we're thrilled to add Derrick White, and it's a bit chaotic, I'm sure, right now in the White household, trying to scramble and get himself, connected here with the team. But we're grateful that he's excited. I've been a big fan of Derrick's. Obviously, he just won a championship. One of the many things that I really love about Derrick, and particularly with this team, is I don't feel like his role changes much with our team from what he does with the Celtics. He plays alongside two incredibly great young players, in Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. And, this setting is hard when you come in and you have to sort of, you're the center of your universe, and now you have to establish a role, and it might be different than what you have to do with your team. And to so have someone who can come in and play off of guys, be complementary to some others, but then also stand out and be a dynamite defensive player, knock down shots, just impact winning. And he's also been a part of the program, was on the 2019 World Cup team. And I think that was also a point of emphasis. We wanted experience. We wanted guys who've been through this and understand that FIBA is different. So obviously disappointed with Kawhi and how that played out, and feel horribly. But on the flip side, we're excited for the addition of Derrick.
You mentioned Jaylen. He had some comments today online about maybe insinuating he wanted to be a part of this, or Nike had some sort of role in the decision. Do you have any response to why he wasn't included, as a replacement, or was he part of this process earlier?
Well, for a good portion of my career, I wore Fila. So that was supposed to be a joke. Didn't play right. No, look, I mean, we're proud of our partners, obviously, at USA Basketball, but this is about putting together a team. And I'm glad you kind of brought that up, because I think just overall, you have incredible interest from an abundance of talent that we have here in the United States. And I've talked a little bit about when we assembled this roster. You can't, you got 12 spots and you have to build a team. And one of the hardest things is leaving people off the roster that I'm a fan of, that I look forward to watching throughout the season, throughout the playoffs. guys who've been finals MVPs, guys who've been a part of the program, guys who've won gold medals, guys who I respect, admire, and enjoy watching. But the responsibility that I have is to put together a team, and a team that complements each other, a team that fits, a team that will give us the best opportunity for success. And so, whatever theories that might be out there, they're just that. But that's my responsibility, and it's tough. It's tough to have conversations, tell people that they're not on the team. And so I know I talked about that in the past, but I just think that speaks in general. Like I'm trying to win, and I'm trying to put together the right pieces that fit and give us a chance to win.
Is the plan for Derrick to be there Saturday for practice?
I don't have the answer to that question. Things moved very quickly, and there's hope that he'll be there for Saturday.
He's not coming here. He's not going
No.
with you guys tomorrow.
No, he will meet us there. Yes.
Will Durant be on the plane to Abu Dhabi, and then more broadly, he hasn't practiced yet. When do you have to see him to feel comfortable having him on the Paris team?
It's a great question. Durant will be on the plane, unless you know something I don't know. But no, Durant will be on the plane. He has been working, rehabbing. He's looked great. I think we're just being cautious and conservative, and I think we expect to see him on the court when we're in Abu Dhabi.
Grant, when was the first time?
At some point when we're in Abu Dhabi.
When was the first time you talked with Derrick White about this opportunity? How far back are you going to say, hey, if with your contingency plan, if this happens, this is what we're thinking about doing?
Spoke to him last night. That was the first time. Now, I mean, I think I interviewed him after one of the games in the playoffs on NBA TV. But in terms of about this, the first time I spoke to him was last night.
When was it that you guys landed on him as the guy you would pick if it got to this point? Because obviously I'm sure it's, like you said, it's something you've been discussing and thinking about, I'm sure, for a while.
Yeah, no, so we made the decision, we executed the decision, then quickly we met and discussed what's next. And when I say we, it was myself, the coaching staff, and I certainly respect them. We have some incredible minds, great coaches who understand FIBA. We went through, we've gone through this, so met with them, wanted their input, and then we quickly pivoted and made the decision. So that's sort of a sequence of events.
One last question.
Grant, you mentioned the decision was made last night
Mhm.
for Kawhi to bow out. When was the first inclination that it might head down that path for you? Was last night the first time that came up?
No, I mean, I think my approach was just let's get through the 4 days. Let's hope we can get through the 4 days, and then let's take a step back and evaluate. And so really looking at the totality of the camp, and then conferring with the Clippers and speaking with Kawhi and his representation and figuring out the next move. So that was at least my thought process coming into camp.
Grant, just real quick.
Oh, I don't want Tim mad at me.
He's not.
Okay, all right, he's not mad. Okay.
I'll rephrase my question. Did you know Derrick would say yes?
I'll just say when we asked, he had to ask. He had to make, so it wasn't a definite yes. But it wasn't a definite, as soon as he was asked, yes. I think he wanted to do it, but he needed to I don't want to speak for him, but I think he had to he had to make plans and coordinate things before he could get back to us with a firm yes.
Thanks, Grant. Jeff gets no questions post game.
So you're saying